First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm zebra. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Check the backer, check the backer. X3, 218, chopper.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Omaha,
It's 3rd down and 6.
Pilot, 64, reach. In the face. Mike's 47.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. It's caught by Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Alex Anzalone able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Hey. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate.
Looking for Colston, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Stafford now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Alert! March 47. Here we go.
Now it's Stafford. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You're online, baby. Get this. You're online. Hey. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check. 47. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our... Hey, 22. 20
Out of the gun, Stafford going up top. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Here we go.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints. 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Saints.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Got one. Check.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Breeze gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Running right. Here's Sanders. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Waiting. Exit. Double tight, guys, double tight. We got
now a play fake and it's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
I'm here all day.
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle during the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, Hey, Haywood!
Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurry! 4-7's the mic, 4-7's the mic. Quarterback, don't get it.
To throw again. Stafford, he sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Check right 47. Coming. Hey, easy. 47 Mike, 47 Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Not only does it hurt,
and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Here's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Don't go this way.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tight end right. 3 down, 3 down.
Now Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? Yellow lead. Focus, defense, focus.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 17 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And middle.
Throwing again. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Zebra. Hey, Alpha. Here we go, D. Get up. Hey.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25.
Let's go.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Breeze. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On first down, Breeze. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Breeze. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
On 2nd and 10, Breeze. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another run with Sanders. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
Now a carry for Sanders, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
We go set, 180. Check, 47. I got you, son.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. A gain there of 21 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
He'll get this one to Galladay. Touchdown, Detroit! Kenny Galladay, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The 30-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Breeze. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
First down.
Breeze now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Yellow lady, yellow lady. Watch the slats, watch the slats.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 31. Check 31.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
22. Real right, 22.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
It's now 2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Breeze now to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's Kamara off the draw. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Hey, 5-0! Hey, check light 47, check light 47. Here we go, 49, check 49, check 49.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
White. 32.
They'll try to run with Sanders. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Another run here with Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Set, blue 60. Check, 47.
Now Sanders. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
59. Switch. Hey, switch gears.
Here's Sanders. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Lions, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you wanna give